Should be live, and good morning. Good morning, Turbine. WDWL TV. Welcome. Scott, welcome. Yeah, it's kind of a last minute thing. I was watching some of the F3 stuff from last night. They did like a 7 hour live stream. Pretty insane. And, this guy, generally specific. And I haven't directly I have not directly done any content on him other than, the initial stuff. And then what little bits, like I said, when I got stuff back, I was going to post it. Of course, when you've got nothing to say about it, you're going to say you're being doxxed, which that form letter that came back from NPRC is a fully legal document as far as information released under the Freedom of Information Act. If you can't understand that, I'm sorry. That 178 IQ you supposedly have obviously means you have zero common sense. And it's obvious that he's got some kind of infatuation with me. I think he wants to be me. He wishes he was me. He's got a picture of me in the background. And this was from, I don't know, I think he had like 30 people look at it. He had 635 views. See, this is the only time he gets views. If you look at any of his other content, he's got like 25 or 30 people looking at it. So 9 hours? Wait a minute. No. I don't know how long this thing is. Wow. Yeah, way longer than I'm going to spend on this. But I figured we'd talk about it because he was just making statements that are 100% incorrect, as always. And I'm just going to address a couple of them. And I didn't know that he got busted on an Article 15 while he was at Fort Lewis. I was unaware of that. He had never mentioned that. But now that I came out with a summary sheet from his initial enlistment, his first, as he says, 2.8 years, whatever. That just means you didn't finish your full enlistment contract. So what? They let you out a little early because you were a shitbag and got an Article 15? And not really surprised that your platoon sergeant in Korea hated you as well as probably everybody else in the unit. Because you are that guy. And unfortunately, the only mirror you need to hold up is to yourself. But I just wanted to do this, and we'll see what little bit he's got here. But this is the only time he gets views, is when he's attacking somebody else. Because none of his shit is anything special. Like I said, he's got a picture of me up there. He so much wishes that he didn't run out of hua juice. Well, I didn't run out of hua juice. And then he said the only reason I made E8 is time and service. That's not how that works there, dipshit. Almost everybody at F3 has probably forgotten more about the military than he ever knew. Because he wouldn't listen to anybody, obviously. And, he's the smartest man in the room. Just ask him, and he'll tell you. Demolish Doctrine, I didn't know what his name was. Now I guess it's Richard Madsen. Richard, hope you get your records, dude. I was more than happy to provide you with that information to get your complete official military personnel file. Thank you for having a very nice chat with me. And anyway, let's see what this dickweed's got to say.
Why isn't it not going full screen? Hold on. This should be. Hold on. There we go. Duct tape production.
Generally stupid.
Respect. And
respect,
Let's
something
see.
he has nothing of.
Bluto, already said it. Miss Brown, Bricky Jones, pressed with rancor. Good to see you. That is a man that likes to
So
do
let's see
piety,
who's
the
in the chat
stoicism and
here.
whatnot, and
Nomad,
the more
Salacious,
philosophical
Sweet
aspects of
Melissa,
life. I
long
like it. I dig
time.
it. Ah, yes, coffee's
Scotto,
in the house. She is
Guadalupe,
I'm pretty
long
sure
time.
I'm a low
Guadalupe,
rent
you want to come
people.
up on panel?
Well, send me an email if you want to come up here. I would love
I
to have you on
guarantee you I
chat
won't
if
be
you're
as
available. Actually, you know what? I'm not
condescending
scared.
as somebody
Let's do it
was.
right here. There you go. That'll make it so much easier.
Oh,
Let me pin that.
Chino Nino.
So it's going to be an open panel
Somebody
tonight.
new.
It's
I
going to
haven't
be an
seen
open
that name
discussion,
before.
but we're going to be
But for the most part,
addressing
everybody's.
Master Sergeant Retarded,
Oh.
quote unquote, wins again.
I do.
He's a winner.
I win every
That's
time.
the name of the stream. So everyone, make sure that you congratulate him on being the winner that he is, because he is for sure a winner, 100%. So, do you have anything you'd like to say, Richard?
Yep.
I'm good for now. Aside from whether you believe me or not, all of you, I love you.
I never ran out of hua juice. I stayed in. I wasn't put out like he said. Geez, you're right. I am a winner. And you're just a loser.
I see you as children of God, whether you are specifically right now or not.
And just understand that we're all being judged by Master Sergeant Retarded's absolute wonderful gaze. His mouth never fully closes, as you'll see by the phenotype that I've explained considerably.
No, that's a screen capture. Yeah.
They just never seem to be able to fully close their mouths. Based Oracle. All right. Hold on. I got to do a voice check.
It's me.
It's you. It is you. Okay. I wish I could hear you in the back, but I can't, unfortunately. You're up now.
Cool.
We got to fast forward because
say something
this
like
shit is boring
GS
as
is
fuck.
awesome and he's the
GS
best
is
podcast.
gay.
Okay, it is. And I'm like, really? I mean, you're gonna still come at me and bear false witness against me? I mean, Based will joke around with me, but we have a relationship where that's okay. We understand that. But with Izzy, it's like, maybe get to know me a little bit before you take liberties. And when you're disparaging my reputation over and over,
he is still he still can't grasp the whole thing with Izzy. He can't take any strong female presence. He just loses his shit over it. He's got the hots for Guadalupe. There's no doubt. I did see a little bit of that, but so anyway, yeah, he was shitting bricks about me posting what is releasable by the federal government in a Freedom of Information Act release. He's saying I'm doxing him. No, I'm not doxing him. As a matter of fact, I even took his middle name out of the sheet because that is kind of identifying information. A middle name, date of birth, social security number. That's all identifying information. What high school you went to? Not identifying information. What schools you went to? Not identifying information. You fucking retards need to pull your head out of your ass and stop thinking you're the smartest guy in the room, which you're not, and listen to what I'm saying. He's like, well, that's what I said. He doesn't get the fact that I am presenting a video with documentation and I am explaining that documentation as I read it, not based on what you have said previously, because everybody knows some of the crazy shit you've said previously doesn't make any sense. So I don't even listen to anything you say. I base everything on what I am reading and how I read it. He also said that CSC company, Second of the First Infantry, was somehow part of the Ranger Battalion. It's not part of a Ranger Battalion. Ranger battalions have their own service and support companies in their battalion. That's not one of them. Like I said, and the only reason I know that is I was stationed at Hunter Army Airfield. Guess who's at Hunter Army Airfield? 75th Rangers. We have a battalion there. My wife, who was civil service, worked with a woman whose husband was a first sergeant. They were friends of ours. We went to parties at their house. So we kind of have a little bit of idea as to what goes on with the Rangers. But they don't have an infantry unit, a CSC infantry unit, as part of their support. So, yet again, just trying to look at me. I was part of the Rangers. You weren't part of shit. Cav Scouts never wore berets before the Rangers. The Cav Scouts did not have black berets before Rangers did. A quick Google search of Ranger history will tell you when they got the black berets, and they didn't get it from the 19 Delta detail soldiers, because that's pretty much what a 19 Delta is in a unit. They're the detail soldiers. Hey, go rake the rocks in the parking lot. Hey, go paint the stripes on the sidewalks. Go paint the curbs. Even he said he went to some headquarters. That's because they didn't want him in the unit. And anyway, I figured I'd do this. What's going on? Hot Lips Houlihan. I mean Lupe. No, I don't. This fucking clown does, though, according to that. Let's see. What am I missing? Izzy could kick Todd's ass with both arms tied behind her back. Yeah, she probably could. Man, we got quite a few people watching on a Saturday morning. I'm about an hour later than I usually am, so I'll probably pick up a few more people. But let's listen to Bonehead
over and over again. You know, then after we finally have this breakthrough. This is why I call her sub 70 IQ Izzy, because I'm like, I didn't say all those things you attributed me saying to you. Just should be careful about two-faced people. People
Brick
that
Jonesy.
look to your face.
Brick Jonesy. He actually came up yesterday. Very respectful. Had a very cordial conversation with him. He told me his side of the story. Okay, I can kind of understand it. He was never in the military. His dad served many, many years. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Thanks for straightening that out. I thought you, yeah. Nope. All right, Spider Dog, enjoy. Oklahoma Outlaw Audits. Jicky. I think I'm saying that right. Jikky. Rebecca, what's going on, girl? For public safety in the house, 178 IQ Todd. Yep. Right's on. Freddie. Man, we got a lot of people in here this morning. Not really sure where all these people are coming from. But good morning. Good Saturday morning. Anyway, I'm not gonna stay on here for the almost 10 hours he did. MSG retarded wins again. Like continuously disrespecting the rank of Master Sergeant. But that's why he was so hated in every unit he was ever in. That much I can guarantee you.
Act one way. Go ahead.
Well, YouTube is full of that. I don't put much of my laundry out there personally, but the interactions I've been involved in with content creators offline, whether it be through Discord or something else, and I'm not out here putting up messages, anything like that, but it's absurd. In a few months, the amount of backstabbing, and it's not always towards me. I have other content creators reach out to me about other ones. I mean, paragraphs. It's insane. And largely, I just ignore them. I don't try to get involved. The drama just breeds more drama.
Mm-hmm. So here's the interesting thing, and I told you the other day, probably.
Here's the other thing. So let's see who he's got over there. Fat Gamer Falcax, go figure. That Bluto guy. I mean, yeah, that's it. All right.
About almost a month now. when you went into the F3 crew, this is before you realized how petty they were, and you thought maybe the pettiness was on both sides. And to an extent, you're kind of right, but it's definitely skewed in one direction. And I said to you, when you went in there and you basically said all this nonsense is like high school behavior. Just knock it off. Why are vet? What do you care? Just leave vets should be supporting vets, basically. And I'm
High school behavior. MSG retarded wins again. Really? Really? Let's see. Let's go. Let's jump forward. He goes up to my video,
by the way.
and some of it's pretty funny. Some of it's here we go.
When it comes to stolen valor, right? It's not something that keeps me up at night. I really don't give a fuck if there's people out there who are, stolen valor. And at times I've run into them. It's happened. Probably 6 months ago. Met some woman. I mean, I was.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's happened to me. Ooh, and I don't give a shit. Well, that's you, dude. Based Oracle actually came on Throat Punch Thursday. Seems like a decent guy. He's kind of, I don't know, monotone. He always wears the same thing, just kind of weird. But yeah, he's a vet, Marine Corps vet. And we talked a little bit, but he didn't really say much. He thinks that this is wrong. And I wouldn't even have Todd's shit up on the screen if Todd hadn't berated me on a live I went on with him. And because, like I said, I didn't even know what Todd's name was at the time. But because he was such a douchebag, I did the deep dive. Unfortunately, they only sent me back the information for his first enlistment, which I thought that he would have gotten out as a specialist again. But this came back as a private, so probably a E2 because he got busted. So I don't know if he ever made E4. Probably not. But he did say when he went back in 2005 or whatever it was when he went back in, excuse me, he went in as a PV2, private E2. So, well, let's see. I'm not going to dwell on this because you know what? It's mind over matter. I don't mind.
She starts telling me how she's a Marine.
The only reason he keeps attacking me is because he gets
I didn't believe her right off the rip. I just didn't buy.
I don't get shit from him.
She didn't seem genuine. So she's going on and on.
All right,
girls
and I know I've heard
on.
Of the bell curve.
Yeah, midwits,
which means they're about 100.
So now they're saying that I doxed them because it says Air High, General, 1989. Air where? I know where Air High is. And then this K Scout. Can you see? Hopefully you can see this. CAY Scout. It should be CAV Scout. It's a 19 Delta. And then, his lack of any awards other than the gimmies. But, yeah, it's
100.
They're just crazy.
Now, just to give you a measurement of what that means, the average person's 100. Paris Hilton, 115.
Oh,
okay?
Jesus. You're joking, right?
I'm not kidding you.
Who cares?
Well, I know what my IQ is.
Well, I tested, I think 138, 142, and people think that I'm retarded. So I guess there's that too.
Yeah. Well said.
Military education. It's got his high school and then K Scout, which I'm sure that means that should be Cav Scout. Say something.
So there he is. He's actually doxing my information. That's a form of doxing. Right there. Giving out my high school. That could be questions on a fucking, try to find out information about me.
Oh, boy.
He's putting out my personal stuff.
I didn't put it out. The federal government put it out, douche nozzle. That came from the National Personal Record Center, NPRC. That's where that came from. National Personal Record Center. Anybody can get it. It's freedom of information. It's public record. That's what they sent out. I was nice enough to take your weird fucking middle name out of there. So I'm guessing a lot of your issues were probably daddy didn't hug you enough when you were growing up. I don't know. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit. Yeah, I wanted to throw this out there this morning just because I watched some of the F3 stuff from last night, and Todd was running his suckhole as usual, not knowing what he's talking about. Yeah, Freddie, you can get, and again, you can even get through pay services or private investigators. Todd Kobe Bryant, yeah. Well, then he wouldn't have the money problems he has. His wife has to work, I guess, 2 different jobs to support him. Yeah, Salacious, I agree. Yeah. Oh no, doxing. Yeah, there is no doxing. Yeah. Joey, I love the thumbnail. Stone Vet never looked so good. Yeah, that's something else too. That's really weird. He's a homesteader. You know, he probably does have a homestead exemption on his home. I had one on a house that we purchased, but that doesn't make you a homesteader just because you've got a homesteader exemption. And I forget what that even does or how that applies. Um, I don't know. It's just something that he's trying to flex on, is all it is. Um, do I really want to go through any more of his video? I really don't.
That he could have redacted, right?
Well, I could have,
I
but I
agree.
didn't
I
because
mean,
the
what you're
federal
showing
government
me,
did.
I agree. I don't know if it's legal or not. I don't care about that.
And based Oracle, it is 100% legal, and I don't care if you don't like that I did it or not.
But I think this is wrong to do.
It's not wrong to do when somebody has so many bullshit stories that have evolved over time, and the truth has eventually come out as documents have been provided. So nobody knew that he got busted on his first enlistment and got out as a private. Nobody was aware of that. He never mentioned it. I don't give a shit what he says. There was never anything about that anywhere. So, oh, lapel button has your MOS branch insignia. Does it? I don't know. I supposedly got one, but never did. Yeah, I hear you. These guys, they got these great big giant number IQs, but they don't understand things. A boot dork has an opinion. We should all listen. uh, uh, I don't remember what my exemption was, but and I think I had it on 2. I had it when we bought a house in Fayetteville, and when we bought a house in Georgia. Let's play a little more.
Period.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. And
so
it's not something I would ever do to another vet. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yep,
that's
there's
because
no
you don't
honor
know
in it.
how. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you'd be
even,
doing
I
it.
wouldn't even honestly. I wouldn't even do this to Fraud at Wrangler, who everyone seems to say that he absolutely was 100% stolen ballot. I figured if the cops,
How else do you prove that someone is stolen valor unless you provide the receipts. Because he was never charged with it. However, the Supreme Court, in their opinion, has stated it's their opinion to play dress up and lie about military service, but it's our constitutional right to put it out there in public that they never did. So, and that's what we do. Yeah, so I'd have to look it up. The homestead exemption that you can get on the purchase of a home, I'd have to Google it. I don't remember, but I remember having it. An MOS lapel button, ship steering wheel. Yeah. I don't know what it would be for a Cav Scout. Cut your tax bill in half. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it had something to do with taxes or something. Tank with cross sabers. Ooh. So anyway, we'll go a little bit longer.
And the detectives and the FBI can't fucking handle it. What am I going to do? Right? At the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and dox people's information. But you know what I am going to do? I'm going to hold up a mirror to these deceptions.
Should hold up a mirror
this
to
is
yourself
no blame.
there, douche nozzle.
Why do you think that they didn't do this to me or Richard, but they did to you?
You know, if you just didn't.
That question right there. That question right there. What Based Oracle just said. Well, why did they not do it to me or Richard, but they did it to you? Because Todd is an asshole. He is that guy. He's the smartest guy in the room, knew more than all of his NCOs, knew more than all of his officers, thought everybody was a complete moron, not doing the things that they should be doing. They had no leadership skills, blah, blah, blah. Told a bunch of stuff that didn't make any sense. How his jump injury was somehow a combat injury, which it's not. I don't care what he says. It's not a combat injury. As a matter of fact, there was probably an LOD done on it just to make sure it wasn't something he did. So, but then again, he ran out of hua juice. It must have been leaking out of his mangina.
Wear that short skirt, Based Oracle, you wouldn't have gotten raped. It's your
I wasn't
fault.
wearing any underwear.
It's your fault. You walked out of the house that way. You had it coming.
Right. So Todd deflected on that.
Yeah, Big Jake. It's real easy. I almost made E4 in 1 year. Big Jake. What's your fucking point?
And then you went from E3 to
E2.
platoon,
and then I got added. They asked me if I wanted to go to a fucking TAMS PLL clerk back when all the computers were brand new. And they were looking for someone with a high enough GT score. Guess what? There weren't a whole lot of people that could raise their hand. I was one of them. So I said,
well, GT score has nothing to do with it. I believe it's the CL score that you would have had to have a high number, which is clerical.
The new opportunity to learn a new frickin' school or a new trade or a new thing that I could add to my
basically get out of the line unit where everybody treated them like shit because nobody liked them.
To my DD214. So I jumped at it because I'm always looking to learn something. Big Jake's Ranch. and then I got stuck with a shitty fucking platoon sergeant. I guess that never.
Every platoon sergeant he had was shit. Is that a them problem or is that a him problem? At what point in your life where everybody else is a shitbag and you're the only one that's right, at what point in your life does the little light bulb finally go off and say, maybe it's not a them problem, maybe it's a me problem? Do you think Todd's ever had that thought with himself? Oh, that's a horrible stop shot for me.
Happened to you, Big Jake. Good for you. I'm glad you didn't have shitty fucking leadership. I'm good for you, man. It must have been nice.
I'm only going to bring up my first enlistment time frame from
type of background. 100.
It's not. He's
Go
just-
loud.
Oh, notice how he didn't show any of my DD-214. Really? I thought for sure he would have. Oh, now we're
in
looking
the
at
fallen.
his. All right, so that's pretty much it. But it's funny how he never brought up any of my DD-214 that I had posted in that video. Wow. Yeah. Todd's light bulb burned out years ago. I believe you're correct. Actually, I believe it burned out right after his first enlistment in the Army. He never talks about any civilian jobs he's ever had, but he had like a 13-year break in service where he got his Article 15, cried, and got out of the military. He never talks about why he got out after his first enlistment. It's because he sucked. And everybody told him he sucked. And that's one of the drops from F3. So anyway, I usually don't do these kind of videos. I don't usually do these kind of lives. You guys know that. I don't come back in and directly talk about somebody who's talking shit about me. But this whole Master Sergeant retarded thing, it's pretty much run its course. And like I said, the only time he gets any views is when he's attacking me. So I just, good. I'm glad it's helping him out. Maybe that $50 or $60 he gets, well, it's got to be $100 or more before YouTube will even pay him. So maybe I hope that $100 he gets every couple of months after he accumulates that much helps him out some. I know he's said in the past $200 is a lot of money to him, and that's too bad. I know his wife is working as hard as she can to support him on his very small medical retirement that he got. And to all of you in the chat, as always, hey, great having you guys in here. He don't dox. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Joey. If he shows mine, it makes him look like even more of a boot. You're right. Mangina. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of different little sayings. So out of just a couple of things. So out of my entire military career, I've never had a bad NCOER. I have always been above the curve. Always been recommended for promotion above my peers. I would love to see a couple of his NCOER. I'd love to see one. He probably only got one NCOER because he was probably only a friggin' E5 for a year before he got out. Hey, Riding Humboldt County, what's going on, brother? I haven't heard or seen from you in forever. I hope everything's well out there on the coast, and I hope you're keeping the shiny side up, rubber side down. Yeah, man. Go check out his site. He does some riding videos. And I've got a lot of people that have been here for a long time. So, yeah, 35 minutes. That's it for today, guys. I'm not going to go on any longer about Todd the Wad. And I probably, and I hadn't done anything until I received that the MPRC reply. So when I get the second MPRC reply, then I'll do another video on them. But until then, and that's only going to be matching up the DD214 that he showed against the summary sheet I get back from MPRC, just to make sure everything's good. Gia, thanks. Appreciate it. And everybody have yourself a great day.